He signed in the summer. He's played quite a few games now in the French League, and he has already been branded as PSG's new hero. It is De Chilio. His performances recently have been excellent, and he's having a positive influence on those around him. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of my PSG career. You ready to get going? Because I am. So as we all know, I didn't have the best of starts with PSG. But now that we're reaching the Christmas period to January, we're starting to pick up the pace because we had that boost of Ibrahimovic returning from injury after being out for 3 months, and we're just scoring goals for fun now. We're winning those games, we're picking up those 3 points, and our next game we had to play against Stade Reims. A win here against Stade Reims would see PSG catapult all the way up to the top 3. If you remember those games that we did draw and lose at the start of the season, saw us round about 7th or 8th, and it certainly wasn't looking good for my career, you know, managing PSG, especially with the money that I had spent in the summer. But thankfully Cavani got the opening goal for PSG within just 2 minutes gone of the game. Excellent effort, making himself known. He's such a dominating figure in the final third for PSG, and I know there's some people out there that have a hard time actually using Cavani on FIFA. I'm really not sure why, because for me, I find using Cavani an absolute breeze. Such a fresh player to use, and I'm just hoping that I can hold on to Cavani for as long as possible in this PSG side. As they say, when a team scores nice and early in a game, it always becomes increasingly harder for them to hold on to it. And it was a tart for Stade Reims, who stole the ball off Thiago Silva. Of all people, you expect better, but Silva's counterpart Alex, who was chasing the ball down, trying to put the Qatari under pressure to fire off a shot, and he did. He piled under it, and thankfully Sirigu got a hand to it. A bit later on, Thiago Silva with a professional tackle, getting rid of the danger, but it just wasn't enough as Stade Reims were back there again, back on the attack, and of course they eventually got their equaliser. Bit of poor defending on my part. I mean, Alex probably could have done a little bit better there instead of just stand and watch, but we got a corner just before half-time. Menez to take, swung it in. There's that sweet tactic that I like to use now. Just finding Lucas on the outside of the box, who brought it in slightly and managed to fire off a shot on the left foot. But keeper, fantastic save. You know, throughout the whole of this game, that keeper for Stade Reims is pulling off some brilliant saves. World-class saves. Saves that you think, well, I want him on my team as a goalkeeper. So just under 10 minutes to go of the game, it was still deadlock against Stade Reims. Ibrahimovic, who had come on as a substitute, almost made it 2-1, seeking out that bottom left-hand corner on the volley. Keeper saved again, got another corner out of it. Lavezzi took, found Lucas on the outside of the box, and Lucas with a thunderous shot. The ball was dipping, but unfortunately it hammered against the crossbar. That was the last chance pretty much that we had of the game, and it all ended 1-1. So we just come away from Stade Reims with just a point. Disappointing. We could have done so much better, and we need to build up momentum towards this next game, the one against Real Madrid in the Champions League. And I was hit with some bad news that Alex had suffered a dislocated shoulder and will be out for 8 weeks. And then, a bit later on, I receive another email. How unfortunate is this? Mats Hummels has suffered a torn hip flexor and will be out for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Seriously, guys, being screwed over by EA. Big time. So unfortunate, because what I was thinking at the start of the season when I did bring in Mats Hummels was, well, if he gets injured, okay, I've got Alex as backup. But because Alex is out, I'm going to have to fall back on Marquinhos. He's going to have to come in, step it up a notch, and talk about being dropped in at the deep end. But he had to start against Real Madrid in an important fixture in the Champions League group stage, a game that we needed to win or draw. And if we wanted to achieve that, then Marquinhos was going to have to work big time alongside Thiago Silva and put the brakes on Real Madrid and stop them from actually succeeding in the final third. It was such a huge challenge because he would have to keep his eye on Ronaldo, Modric, Lewandowski. You know, there's so many players that will just tear you apart. And here's just one example. Cristiano Ronaldo, who made it 1-0, opened up the score in 16 minutes in. And as you can see on the replay here, Marquinhos could see the ball, eyes on it all the time. And as I saw the ball drop, I thought, well, let's see if I could go for a slide tackle. Let's see if I can intercept it and stop Ronaldo in his tracks. But Ronaldo beat me to the punch, of course, making it 1-0. Van der Wiel did well here. Did I pronounce his name right? Probably not. But instead of conceding the corner, just knocked it out for a throw. So I was happy with that. And to be fair, throughout the whole of this game, you know what, I was actually thinking of showing you guys the whole of this game, seeing that it was so important and that it was the last time we played Madrid in the group stage. But I felt as though Van der Waal did fantastic, you know, shutting down Ronaldo, just hounding him every time he's on the ball and just making a nuisance of himself. And just how unfortunate was Ibrahimovic there with that effort. A thunderous shot, rattling the crossbar. It should have been 1-1. You know, crossbar denying PSG of getting back into this game, but Cavani found Matuidi out of position down the right wing, and in came the ball. Ibrahimovic with another chance on his left foot this time, but Casillas saved with both of his knees, just blocking it away. And of course, he just blasted it out the area. They didn't want to concede. They wanted to hold on to this win. They have a 100% record in the group stage so far. And just look at Ronaldo weaving in and out. Found Morata with a poor shot, and Sirigu saved that with ease. I know it was a sudden ending there as well, but I just didn't want to watch. I felt like raging because I thought that, I mean, you can see here as well, we was almost equal on how many shots. Real Madrid had most possession, of course. They like to play their possession game, but the amount of times that we tested Casillas, I was happy with. It was an improvement from that last game against Madrid in the group stage back at the Bernabeu. It just felt like injustice to me that we deserved the goal. We worked so hard for it, and I would have been happy with just a point from that game because it would have meant that Arsenal would find it increasingly harder to advance through to the next round, to at least leapfrog us in the group stage. And believe it or not, PSG have to play Arsenal in that last game of the group stage. It's just marvellous, isn't it, how it's worked out? And that game is going to be full of tension. Both teams are going to be going at each other like it's a heavyweight boxing match. It's going to be incredible, and you guys are going to be able to see that in the next episode. It's going to be amazing. But we had to turn our attention to this game against Olympique Lyon, a game that we needed to win. Lyon, they're in a good position at the moment. They're battling their way up the league. I think they find themselves in 5th or 6th, somewhere round about where PSG found themselves a bit earlier on in the season. But look at that, Cavani with the opening goal. This is what I'm talking about with Cavani. I'm finding it so easy to use him. I'm finding it so enjoyable when he produces goals like that. You just got to sit back and say, would you look at it? I mean, look at his technique. You've got to admire that. On the outside of his boot, curling that one around the goalkeeper, top left-hand corner, on the edge of the area. Fantastic. 1-0 up against Lyon. It was a good advantage to have over Lyon, and it was Lavezzi looking for that far post. Ibrahimovic was lurking there, and it was part of the goalkeeper and part of the post that denied him of getting that second goal for PSG. Off the back of that loss against Real Madrid, we were looking dangerous up front, and Ibrahimovic with a volley there on his right foot, testing the goalkeeper once again. That's what you need to do on FIFA. Almost made it 2-0. Could have easily have been 3-0 if Ibra had just found the right spot at the right time. We got a corner from that, and with that, I used that sweet tactic, and this time it paid off, and it was Gundogan that was just on the edge of the area, took his time, brought the ball down, controlled it, and with the volley just smashed it and found the bottom left-hand corner. A fantastic goal, and you'll see it here on the replay again. Good camera angle. Look at that. Wasn't even closed out. Wasn't even picked up there on the edge of the area. You would have thought Lyon would have been watching past tapes of PSG the way we play. There was certainly an improvement in the final third for Lyon in the second half. Brian testing ter Stegen. Poor volley though. I mean, the goal was gaping. Ter Stegen just coming back into position. Could have made it 2-1 there. Lyon could have been back into the game. But eventually Darboe got that goal that they was looking for in the 74th minute. Time was certainly running out for Lyon if they wanted to draw level. But anything can happen in football. And it was a good finish, to be fair. Good technique on the half volley again with his, I think it was his left foot. We'll see here again on the replay. Yeah, it was his left foot. And ter Stegen so close to getting a hand to it. But the final score, it was 2-1 to PSG. We held in there. I mean, we didn't really test the goalkeeper that much in the second half, but we held in there, got those 3 points against Lyon. I'm happy with that, because that means Monaco, they're going to start feeling the pressure, sitting comfortably at the moment at the top of the league. You'll see it here as well. There you go, Monaco, top of the table, Marseille in second, and PSG in third. Who would have thought it? We've managed to turn the season around just nicely, but we are level on points with Lille and Bastille. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.